Hi, C. How are you today?
Hey, I'm kind of doing okay.
Yeah, just okay. Has it been kind of
Yeah,
a rough week?
yeah. And sorry if I'm a couple minutes late. I'm
Oh,
trying
that's
to get
okay.
into a new theater major and it won't take our email, so that's what's taking it so long.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, I despise that they do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. We'll get it.
Yeah. So is it more like the technology is screwing up right now?
No, they just won't take my family email.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Have you tried making a new one, like a new email to use?
No, because for some reason they changed like some emails and we don't really know why.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it sounds like you might have to reach out and get some help with it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's exciting though that you're working on getting into a theater major.
Yeah,
Are you
'cause it's
pretty
been a
excited?
while ever since. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like something that'll ultimately be a really positive thing and something really exciting for you.
Yeah, if only we could just get our email through.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right. Oh, yeah, you might have to call and get some help for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hope you get it working.
I hope so too.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, well, so I mean, what we're working on can definitely be an asset for you with that future as a theater major. Um, so I hope that what we're working on ends up being a positive thing that kind of helps you, move towards those goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then, all right. So for today, then, what would you say would maybe be your your biggest goal for today, the thing that you would really like to focus on?
Um, well, I don't really know right now.
Okay. Well, we've been working on basically on having different emotions, different types of characters, like stereotype characters. So, do you have any ideas of like characters that you really love that you feel like are character types you might be really good at, or maybe something that you feel like is a little bit more of a struggle for you? What would maybe be a really fun thing for you to work on today?
Well, I was gonna do the characters I'm really good at or just want to do for like next class.
Okay. So maybe working on something that's a little bit more challenging today?
Yeah.
Okay. What would be maybe some emotions that you feel like are a little bit more challenging to access or just feel a little bit more challenging to approach? So, like for me, one that was really difficult for me before was anger. I had a really hard time expressing that in my acting. And so I had a teacher say, "Hey, you should really work on that." And so that was what I focused on, I think, for 6 weeks. I just was like, all right, I'm going to work on anger for the next 6 weeks. And that was really helpful for me. So, what are maybe some emotions that are a little more uncomfortable? Like, I remember one thing that I struggled with was like being a little more vulnerable. Like, I really hated it when people pitied me and so, like, as an actor, it was really hard when I had a character that was like going through a hard time and was like vulnerable and asking for help because I was like, oh, like, I like to figure it out on my own. I like to be really like strong and independent. And so, then, like, as a character who was really vulnerable and being like, I need help, that was kind of a difficult thing for me to act and express. So, are there some emotions that you feel like are a little bit harder, like more challenging for you?
Hmm. Well, maybe a bit more like on the envious side.
Ooh, I like that. Envy. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, have you seen Inside Out?
Not, well, yeah.
Yeah, with like the little green character.
Yeah, or more turquoise, I should say.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I love that. So when you think of envy, who are some characters that you think of that are kind of envious, and how would you describe those characters?
Whew. I don't really know that much of characters who are envious.
Okay. Well, I feel like one that's really iconic is in Othello. Iago is the character. It's a Shakespeare play. Um, and Iago's like the villain. He's very, very envious. Or like another that's pretty famous would be like maybe Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter is very envious of Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, I
Um,
think I could do that.
yeah, right? Or like
Yeah.
Cain and Abel. Cain is very jealous of his brother. Or Loki in Norse mythology, like with Thor, he's very envious. Um, so those would be some that I feel like are pretty big ones. So you feel like Draco Malfoy is a really iconic one that you're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I get that one. Have you seen any of the like Thor movies with like Loki
Yeah,
and
I'm not a
Thor?
big
Okay,
superhero
yeah, it's
girl.
like I think it's a Marvel one. Um but yeah, Loki, he's actually, I think, a pretty fun character. But yeah, I feel like some of these characters that are very envious. What about like Scar in The Lion King? He's very envious of his brother, I feel like.
Yeah, but I think Draco's more my type.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. So that's one that you can relate to. So how would you describe Draco Malfoy and like how he feels and how he like what drives him maybe and like his relationship with Harry? How would you describe some of that like jealousy and envy that he has?
Definitely kind of very bitter,
Hmm.
cunning, ambitious,
Yeah.
maybe a bit of
Nice.
sly.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Cunning, ambitious, sly. Nice. So I really like those descriptive words. I'm going to put those in. Cunning, ambitious, sly. Very good. All right. So then, let's see. See if we can find you a good monologue with some of that. All right. Um, let's see here. I'm finding some different ones. I'm trying to pick a good one that I feel like will. Okay. This one's a good one. All right, so this monologue is called A Legacy to Uphold. It's a little long, so I'm going to break it into two chunks here. So there's the first half,
Hmm.
and here's the second half. All right, so the title of this
Hmm.
monologue was A Legacy to Uphold. All right. Okay, so I feel like this one you can definitely use Draco as your character inspiration here and kind of understanding what this character is going through. All right, so first I want you to just read through, let's do the first half. So just read through silently that first chunk there.
You think it's easy, don't you? To be born into something, into a name, history, a duty. To walk through halls where every whisper is an expectation, every glance a judgment. To be told from the moment you can understand that you must carry a legacy on your shoulders, no matter how heavy it is. They say we have power, influence, that we're the ones who shape the world. But what they don't understand is that we don't get, but what they don't understand is that we don't get to shape ourselves. We're molded, carved into something before we ever get the chance to decide who we really are. And if for a second, if we question it, if doubt so much as flickers in our eyes, then we are weak. And weakness is not tolerated.
Nice. Very good. Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit about what you observed there. So, where do you think you are? Who do you think you're talking to? What do you think your relationship is to that person? What do you think your character needs or wants in this moment?
Hmm. Well, it feels like for me, he's like talking to like the two boys who are sort of like his sidekicks. I
Nice. Yeah.
forgot their names, but kind of like make them understand. Like
Mhm.
we're like probably gonna do something horrible to Harry and his friends, but
Sure. Yeah.
they think it's like a funny thing, but I'm being like
Mm.
legit serious here.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So then thinking here of um, what do you think is your goal in this? What do you need or want here?
Um, I just want them, for me, it feels like I just want them to like understand what and like our plan and like this isn't as easy as you think. And
Yeah.
like we were meant to do this ever since the day we
Okay.
were born.
Yeah, like destiny more.
Yeah, Destiny.
Nice. I love that. Yeah. Good. All right. So then, um, so let's try it again. And do you feel like you're being defiant, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, defiant. We like that. All right. So let's try that with being very defiant.
All right. You think it's easy, don't you? Be born into something, into a name, a history, a duty, to walk through halls where every whisper is an expectation, every glance a judgment, to be told from the moment you can understand that you must carry a legacy on your shoulders, no matter how heavy it is. They say that we have power, influence, that we're the ones who shape the world. But what they don't understand is that we don't get to shape ourselves. We're molded, carved into something we before we ever get the chance to decide who we really are. And if, for a second, we question it, if doubt so much as flickers in our eyes, then we are weak. And is not tolerated.
Nice. Good. Can we try it now like you're making excuses? Like somebody maybe attacks you or blames you and you're like, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't understand what I've had to live through or what I have to deal with or the expectations upon me. And you're just being like, back off. You have no idea what it's like to be me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You think it's easy, don't you? To be born into something, into a name, a history, a duty. To walk through halls where every whisper is an expectation, every glance is a judgment. To be told from the moment you can understand that you must carry a legacy on your shoulders, no matter how heavy it is. They say we have power, influence, that we're the ones who shape the world. But what they don't understand is that we don't get to shape it ourselves. We're molded into carved. We're molded, carved into something before we ever get the chance to decide who we really are. And if for a second we question it, if doubt so much as flickers in our eyes, then we are weak. And weakness does not tolerate it.
Nice. Good. Now can we try maybe like you're talking to somebody who, like, maybe you're like a crown prince, and then you have maybe um, something like you've got maybe somebody who's like fourth in line or something. So they'll probably never have to, you know, rule or whatever, but you're the one who's um about to have to, take the throne in the future, and you're like, you have no idea what it's like to be me. Like everything's easy for you. You get all the luxuries of being part of this family, but you don't have any of the pressure. That kind of a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So let's go ahead and let's try that and see how we do, okay?
Mm-hmm. You think it's easy, don't you? To be born into something, into a name, history, duty? To walk through halls where every whisper is an expectation, every glance a judgment. To be told from the moment you can understand that you must carry a legacy on your shoulders, no matter how heavy it is. They say that we have power, influence, that we're the ones who shape the world. But what they don't understand is we don't get to shape ourselves. We're molded into calves, into something before we ever get the chance to decide who we really are. And if for a second we question it, if doubt so much as flickers in our eyes, then we are weak. And weakness is not tolerated.
Nice. Very good. Okay. Yes. So then, good. So can you think of any other characters other than Draco that you feel like could be a good character inspiration for this?
Hmm. Again, I'm not really sure. Um, oh my God, I'm out of thoughts.
Oh, it's okay, no problem. I thought that was a really great start to that one, and I really liked the changes you were making, so I was really happy with that. I was wondering what you thought of working on. Have you watched SpongeBob SquarePants?
Oh yeah, like with Plankton?
Yeah, I was thinking Plankton would be a good character that's really envious. Do you like that idea?
Yeah, always jealous of Krabs' success.
Right. So I found a fun monologue for Plankton, which I thought could be a really good contrasting one to work on. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that idea? Awesome. All
Hmm.
right. So um let's go ahead and try this.
The
So go ahead
Krabby
and take a
Patty
read.
secret
Yeah.
formula. The,
Yes.
the golden key to fortune. Fame, the ultimate domination in the fast food industry. And who holds it? That greedy money whoring and hoarding crustacean. Why, while I, a genius and visionary, am forced to scrape by with a restaurant that has exactly one customer, and even he pities me. Don't I have any idea how infuriating that is to watch him roll around in piles of cash while I sit here with nothing but a malfunctioning computer wife with a menu that consists of disappointment? I deserve success. I deserve the one they should be chanting for. Plankton, Plankton. Oh, how we love your delicious burgers. But no, it's always him, the almighty Mr. Krabs. I won't be ignored forever. Oh, no, 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 no. One day I will get that formula. One day the world will recognize my brilliance. And when that day comes, I'll finally have that last laugh. But until then, back to the drawing board. Karen, fire up the holograph of decay. I've got screaming to do.
Yeah. Holographic decoy. Nice.
Holographic
Awesome.
decoy.
Yeah. All right. I just am putting in another one after that. But yeah. Excellent. Okay, so tell me, where are you? Who are you talking to? What's your relationship with them?
Um, definitely. Oh, well, I've got a couple of minutes here, but definitely like what I'm doing here, like I'm probably like seeking like through like a huge telescope, like, and I see like or maybe not a telescope that might have like a little X-ray vision to it, and I can see like the secret Krabby Patty formula, like back there, and like out of the vision is like probably like a celebration at the Krusty Krab, and like I had enough of this. Like he has for that success for too long. It's my turn to take over, to be the new king
Okay.
bee.
So what do you think could be like your trigger moment, the thing that happened to cause you to say this?
Probably trigger like the word fame
Okay. So do you think
and
that,
success
okay.
and
So what do
popularity.
you think happened right before this in the story?
Like probably there was a contest and like for the best fast food restaurant. And of course, who gets
Oh,
the prize? Crabs.
right. Ah. So you just found out he got the prize. And how does that make
Yes.
your character feel?
Definitely anger, envy, and like full out shock and like a spoiled brat.
Yeah, okay. So angry probably is the biggest thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
So then what do you want in this moment?
Now I just want everyone to have me be like all I want is to be the popular one, have all eyes on
Mhm.
me and love my fast food, even though it's just
Yeah.
grossness.
But you want everyone else to be like, we like you and we think you're great and we think you should have won the contest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then let's try then. I want you to go after that because that's going to make you feel better. If they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he won. You so deserved that. That'll make you feel better. So let's try that.
All right. With only 5 minutes left.
All right, let's do it.
The Krabby Patty secret formula. The golden key to fortune, fame, the ultimate domination of fast food industry. And who holds it? That greedy, money hoarding crustacean. Why I, a genius, an visionary, am forced to scrape by a restaurant that has exactly one customer, and even he pities me. Do you have any idea how infuriating that is? To watch him roll around in piles of cash while I sit here with nothing but a malfunctioning computer wife and a menu that consists of disappointment? I deserve success. I deserve to be the one they chant for. Plankton, Plankton, how we love your delicious burgers. But no, it's always him. The almighty Mr. Krabs. But I won't be ignored forever. Oh, oh no, 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 no. One day I will get that formula. One day the world will recognize my brilliance. And then, and when that day comes, I will have my last laugh. But until then, back to the drawing board. Karen, fire up the holographic decoy. I've got some scheming to do.
Nice. It's awesome. I loved it. Very fun. Great character choices. All right, so we have just a few minutes left here. So I'd love for us to look at this last one. So this one is based on this is Lord Farquaad is what it's based on in Shrek. I thought it would
Oh,
be a fun one because he's like, I want the crown, you know? So I think this one can be really fun. And he's also got that like overly sophisticated, like kind of personality. So I thought this could be a fun one. Um, so yeah, so I thought this would be a good contrast to the others. So why don't you go ahead and take a read through and just kind of see what you can come up with.
oh, royalty, royalty, real royalty. The kind, well, with a crown that shines brighter than my carefully crafted facade. The kind that commands armies, conquers lands, and lives in castles made of gold. Real royalty. And yet here I am, stuck in the small, insignificant kingdom, ruling over nothing but a collection of peasants and misfits. It's an insult to everything I've worked. Do they really think just because I wasn't born with a title, that I'm not fit to sit at the throne? I have more ambition, more vision, more dignity than any royal bloodline could ever claim. I've built this kingdom with my own hands, crafted it into something great, something worthy of the crown. But that's the problem, isn't it? No matter what I've accomplished, no matter how grand my achievements, I will always be looked down upon this as an imposter, as some wannabe.
Mm. Yeah. All right. So what did you like about that?
Definitely tie more into that British accent.
Yes. So that's a fun character element, part of the character that's really different than the others. What else would you say stood out to you about this take and this character?
Like the same destiny as the second one.
Okay.
And
And
yeah, just the same thing with being more famous than the others.
okay.
Like I want to take the cake this time.
Mhm. Yeah. So, what do you think this needs? What's maybe one thing that you could add to it that you feel like would improve it even more?
I don't think it would need anything else really. I don't think
Okay.
I'm like missing something here.
Nice. Awesome. So you're really happy with that. I love it. So, what would you say is maybe one thing that all of these characters have in common?
Achieving their lifelong goals, wanting to be more popular or score more popularity
Okay. Yeah.
and be on top of the world.
Nice. Awesome. Good. So then what would you say is maybe something that makes each of these characters really different from each other?
Hmm. Like one Draco like kind of more of the bully aspect or like
Okay.
insulter,
Sure.
Plankton wanting to be loved for his food other than crabs and just to get the secret formula, and Farquaad wanting to be king of Duloc
Okay.
and not have to be insulted or like blamed on for having being surrounded um by all these like misfits and like disgusting little freaks as the musical has it.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So then let's see. If you were going to maybe give yourself one thing to work on for each of these three characters, what would that thing be?
Um, Try to tackle a little more envy.
Okay.
Maybe like listen back to like the actual character voices and see if I could copy them as best I could. I mean, Plankton I know is a little hard, but I'll try to get there. Like listen over and over and like kind of repeat it more until I find a perfect like pitch.
Okay, good. Yeah, love it. Absolutely. Okay, good. So can we have you go ahead and copy and paste these scripts?
Uh, yeah.
And then you can have those saved so you can work on them.
All right. Got him.
Alrighty, so you know what to be working on this week. You feel pretty good about it?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Good. Okay, so I want you to be practicing this for this week. And then next time, think about what are some things that you feel like you're really strong in. And let's focus on working on perfecting those things, those strengths that kind of set you apart.
Okay.
Awesome work today, Izzy. I'll see you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.
Bye bye.